arguably the biggest challenge by Trump to the rule of law thus far is his disregard of the judges. And see, for people out there who say, oh, well, that's just him talking, we said that about a lot of issues, and yet here we are. Women and their wombs have been attacked. Court's been captured, highest court in the land. Trump's back in office. Project 2025, you may or may not get your Social Security check. Oh, by the way, USAID, and which protects America and does so much good around the world, and on and on and on. The IRS. Nobody likes the IRS, but I guess it serves a purpose. Direct defiance to checks and balances. Trump is invoking his state secrets privilege to avoid answering more questions about how he clearly violated the law. Too bad they weren't on signal and didn't invite a reporter, because then the judge he'd have the full admission, but he sees through it. According to a court filing submitted by Justice Department officials Monday evening, no further information will be provided to the federal court in Washington, D.C. based on the state secrets privilege. They're bold with it. Filing said the case deals with Trump's complete and absolute authority to remove designated terrorists participating in a state-sponsored invasion of and predatory incursion into the United States. The Guardian with the quote there. What the judge wanted to know for over a week, Judge Boasberg has been attempting to compel the government to provide information about the use of the Alien Enemies Act to no avail. Disclosing information about what the Operation Rubio claimed could place further pressure on U.S. allies involved and jeopardize their relationship with the U.S. Never stopped you before. Why they don't want to share? Well, let's see. An intelligence document contradicts the Trump administration's allegations. News reports identifying some of the Venezuelans expelled to El Salvador have published evidence and claims from family members that they are innocent and not members of the gang, like the makeup artist we told you about. Doesn't have anything to do with this gang. But there you go. He may also be covering up that he may have not even been the one to sign it, potentially making it void. I mean, he said that about Joe Biden and the pardons of Hunter and others, that Joe Biden used a stamp or something. I don't know what Trump's talking about here. Because again, Jackson, when the reporters first asked him about the act and invoking it, he said, quote, I don't know anything about that. And then he went on for about 2 to 3 to 5 to 10 minutes discussing what he thought, speculated, whatever. What do we do with this? And do you think Tom Homan walking back what was originally promised by the administration, because it was based on lies, is being lost on the American people? I mean, we're bombarded with so much dishonesty and a lack of transparency.
Well, I think, the Trump administration as a whole made a lot of big promises. And already we're seeing in the data that people are paying attention to that. It's kind of hard to ignore if you get fired from your job. It's hard to ignore if the benefits that you're supposed to receive aren't getting there. Okay. If you're a farmer, it's difficult to ignore how much more expensive things are getting because of the tariffs that Trump is doing. If you have investments in the stock market, all of the volatility that Donald Trump is causing. So, as that continues to worsen, I think Donald Trump, people don't particularly like him now, like he's not a popular individual.
In his own house, Melania.
Right, in his own house. But I think that his bottom is so much deeper than what it is now. I think people are going to despise him over the coming years. I think his approval rating is going to end up in the 20s, because how could it not, with an economy that crashes, if he gets us into a war with Iran, all of that stuff's going to be blamed on him. And so as that stuff escalates, then absolutely people will be like, you were going to deport all the illegals and you didn't do it. So I think above anything else, the economic strife that this man is getting ready to unleash is really gonna tip the scale for him.
Yeah, I think you're so smart in this observation, because before, when he was just on the campaign trail and, people showed up and they could pretend that the things he was talking about weren't really part of their life. But when there's no escape Federal employees across the land, not just DC, are being fired unceremoniously. Children with pediatric cancer, their parents are in fear and just, they don't know what to do because things are being cut left and right. Oh, and then there's your parents who, what do you mean their check's not going to show up? It's everywhere and you can't escape it. So I agree with you. Soon it'll pile up so much that that's a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, we 3 months in, barely. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's no. One of the biggest mistakes Donald Trump ever made in his life was not dropping out in 2015. He would be living so good if he never became president, but
Yeah.
he stepped in it, and he stepped in it again. So
he hid those documents by his toilet and did a lot of other damaging things that didn't have to happen.
If you enjoyed that, make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming an actual member. But you're probably wondering, why the hell would I do that, John? First off, calm down. The stakes in this are very, very low. But also, when you click the join button and you become a member, you get access to bonus content that I make every week with Francesca Fiorentini, and it's a ton of fun. You get access to tons of custom emojis and more besides that. By the way, if you join at tier 3, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself and other awesome people, and we always have a great time. By the way, you'll get all that going forward, but you also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips, top 10 lists, debates, and more. What are you waiting for? Click the join button below. Your support powers our show, and we couldn't do it without you. Or at the very least, I wouldn't really want to try. Viewers like you keep me here. So thank you in advance for joining.